Alright, so today I ended up finally taking a dub just to end off the week. There was actually quite a bit of volume. Today was just a little different. Usually I don't trade off of 15-minute fair value gaps, but after learning from yesterday, if there is a huge move down, I'm not going to trade a reversal, and I'll actually trade a continuation. And the other thing I had was a 15-minute fair value gap, and I actually went off two 1-minute confluences instead of any 5-minute confluences. So let me just reset all this and then we can start from the top. So we had these highs right there. We actually didn't sweep any highs. And then so we opened right there. I'm pretty sure I just marked out 4-hour draws just because these were so far away, and just a lot of 1-hour low resistance liquidity just stacked up. So there's that. ES literally doesn't even matter. There was an SMT, but I'll talk about that later. So here's where we opened. We ended up dropping like almost 2%. Hold up. 1.28%. And from the opening, where is it? The day open. From here, I'm pretty sure from all the way up there down here was like 2%, 2-something percent. So here, let me go back a little bit further. Okay, so I actually waited a long time. There was literally no entries. I'm not going to take any 1-minute entries. There's a 5-minute up candle. And then actually at this point, I'm pretty sure we did end up forming an SMT. But like, since it was so far away, like look at this, I would have had to scroll all the way back here just for these lows. I didn't even care. Plus sometimes, actually a lot of the time, if we're forming an SMT like this, it is just for a retrace to continue moving in the direction that we are moving. So I didn't really count any of that. I will delete this though. And then we kept moving down. I ended up marking out this fair value gap, but I wasn't necessarily comfortable going off of this first fair value gap after all of this big imbalance, especially with when I take 1-minute confluences on the lower time frames. Sometimes I will end up taking the first fair value gap, but I feel like on a higher time frame I just wasn't really comfortable with that. So that pretty sure didn't end up getting tapped. Yeah, and then we took the rest of my two targets. So at that point, we actually started making quite a big retrace. This is where that SMT was formed. As you can see, ES did not take out any of these. I knew it was a SMT, but on my phone, since it was so far away, I couldn't even get the drawing on my screen. And also, I was pretty sure after yesterday I would have taken a trade going up for the retrace, but I remembered like there really is no telling how far the retrace will go until we continue the move that we're currently going in. So I'm not gonna lie, there was an entry somewhere around here. Yeah, anyways, maybe not. I think that would have been it, but I'm pretty sure that's right when the 5-minute candle closed. So I would have entered right there on the breakage structure, but I didn't. But that was just a potential SMT or SMT play. Anyways, since we had all of these 5-minute fair value gaps, I was also like I was wondering if I wanted to trade in the first place, but after back testing a lot more, trading on a large move, I noticed that most of the time we're still just going to continue moving down. And bro, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Anyways, we inversed this gap, which kind of made it more for me like not want to go short. Then I went on the 15-minute time frame. We ended up pushing pretty far into here, but I felt like the 15-minute, the higher time frame was going to be a lot more stable, or like a lot stronger confluence. Also, since 5-minute order flow was still bullish, I wasn't really comfortable doing any of that. I marked out this equilibrium, which ended up getting tapped, but we didn't see any reactions. So I waited. Honestly, I was kind of pissed. I didn't want to end off the week 2-1, 2 losses and 1 win. And I also didn't want to lose or have a losing week. But I was a little emotional about it, but at least I didn't act on it. I was like, if there is a setup, I'm still going to take like an amazing looking setup. Honestly, this price action just made me want to have like an even better setup and like stronger confluences stuff. So, hang on. So from here, I'm pretty sure. Bro, okay, right here. Right here, I was assuming that we were actually going to start switching order flow and then continuing down. With this move up, I thought that we were actually going to reverse, which I didn't expect or even want to trade. After yesterday, I literally took a trade like this, but the retrace didn't end up going that far. On ES, it did. ES ended up being a little lower today. So I was still like wanting to go short. The only thing that was scaring me was this fair value gap. And then this move was already pretty big too. 0.82% just as a retrace. So that's why I marked out a 5-minute equilibrium for a take profit. And then at this point, since we were in a 15-minute fair value gap and then there was no order flow switch, I was looking for 2 1-minute confluences, which are so okay. Here was the break, the 1-minute break. And then here was the second 1-minute confluence. Say 1-minute fair value gap. And this to me, the 1 minute is technically showing like a reversal on the 5-minute. Like it's going to show what the 5-minute order flow is about to do. Plus, I guess at this point, when this is getting respected, when this fair value gap is getting respected on the 1 minute, we did end up inversing this gap as well, the 5-minute gap, which was nice for me. Actually, dang, replay low-key messes me up. I guess we didn't until the next. Wait, this was so this was right into the next 5-minute fair value or 5-minute candle, but I entered anyways, regardless of that 5-minute gap, just because I was still bearish, and this was just a huge 15-minute imbalance, as well as we were in the top half of it. So here's where I ended up shorting. Stops were above this 1-minute high. The first candle that created this fair value gap. 1.34. I'm pretty sure I ended up entering like a little lower. because I always wait for the candle to close. It ended up playing out, but it was low-key sketch. Like that. And then we hesitated for a minute, which kind of upset me, but honestly, since I've just been losing so much, I literally could not care less to lose this trade. I was honestly expecting to lose, but after constantly backtesting and seeing these drastic moves and then a retrace, I would always try and catch the retrace. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to continue doing the continuation trades, as well as, like, if you're looking at the hourly, bro, we are clearly in a downtrend, just smacking out all these lows, which I'm pretty sure I said this like a week or two ago, that we needed to take all those out. Anyways, everything was bearish today. Big retrace after a big move. It's pretty simple. It was pretty simple. Hold up. It took a while for everything to set up. There was just no moves. I don't usually trade off of a 15-minute gap. I'm pretty sure we also ended up creating a 15-minute bullish SMT on this candle. Yeah, we did. But a lot of the times, or I guess sometimes, SMTs are created just to have a retrace. Low-key, mentally, I was like a little confused because I thought we were going to end up going long off of this for value gap. But I was like, even though it's small, it doesn't mean it's like less valid. But I don't know. I felt like we would need a bigger retrace if we were going to continue going up here. We would need a bigger retrace, at least to equilibrium or one of these lower fair value gaps. And I don't know. I guess that's kind of it. I did end up trading only one account today. I feel like I just have more peace of mind when I do that. And last time I ended up trading one account, I ended up getting break even and then hitting take profit. So I feel like I just trade better when I only do one account. I ended up making $248. So if you doubled that, it's like almost $500. But I'm not going to count that. I'll just say plus $248 for the day. That's 2 and 2 on the week. I'm still down $100. But if I did have that second account, I would be like $200 in profit. Not much else to say. There was PMI. Right here. I feel like since there was so much volume, that's the reason we had a drastic move down and then a recovery. Because this move down was probably manipulation just to continue whatever PMI said. Let me actually find out. Greater than forecast is good. Bad for currency, good for ES. Yep, literally. Manipulation move down. Good for ES. And then continuing the move. Literally, bro. But, yeah. Just, it was a little bit of a different day. I feel like I just had to read the markets a little more. Yeah, I'll probably never be fucking doing an SMT reversal ever again. I'm always going to try and look for an SMT that's going to continue the move that's already happening. I feel like a lot of the times SMTs happen at 9:45 to 9:50, which is like a retrace for an SMT that gets created at like 9:50 to 10:10. So there's like multiple SMTs that happen per session. That's what I've been seeing. And one of them is for manipulation and the second one is for the continuation. Which that's just my opinion. That's just what I see. I'm also not going off of when ES takes out liquidity, NASDAQ does too, because just doesn't seem like that's really happening anymore. Because market conditions like change, and human behavior also changes around too, and the markets are correlated with that. So I just guess I just needed to adapt a little more. I hope this new month is a little better. I don't even know what my plans are this month to be I guess trading a little better. I'm just gonna keep fucking back testing hella. Yeah, I'm only gonna be trading one account because I just feel better when I do that. And then there was one other thing that I was gonna say. I'm so tired, I don't even know. Yeah, it was Friday too, so I almost didn't even trade. It's kind of it. I'm not even gonna say like I'll be trying to trade less because I'm gonna just be taking a good setup if I see one. But we're away from all-time highs as well. Finally. And hopefully there's a pretty good correction. There is one thing I do want to say. So also, we have this fair value gap, right? There's a potential we can just consolidate in here for a while and then move higher. But we also, even lower, have this opening weekly fair value gap, which is a very strong confluence. If we have daily opening gaps, they pretty much get filled immediately or within the week. This has not gotten filled yet, and we're on a new month with both of these fair value gaps, monthly fair value gaps, so we could probably expect a pretty good retrace. It is pretty far. It's probably like 20%, 10. We'll see. Not much else to say. Literally, if I lost my trade today, I wasn't even gonna make a video. I was so pissed, and I didn't even care anymore. Trading just hasn't been my favorite thing recently. Especially that I've been getting fucking wrecked. But I don't know. Other than that, we'll have to see what next week gives me. So, peace out, fine jits.